my pleasure to continue our series. We are doing a series of interviewing all of the valedictorians and salutatorians in McKinney School District. And it's my pleasure today to introduce to you Shaharyar Shahabuddin. He is the salutatorian at McKinney High School. And Shaharyar has had a journey coming from Pakistan in his 6th grade year. And if you don't mind, just share with us a little bit about the challenges you faced coming here, not knowing the English language, and entering as a 6th grader in the Richardson School District.
Yeah, sure. Well, learning English was really difficult for me at first. Socially and culturally, it was a cultural shock coming here. They put me in ESL class, which I got out of in 7th grade, so really early in 2 years. And from then on, I just carried on my journey in high school.
Great. Well, your English is quite good now,
Yeah,
so you've learned a lot over the years, and it's quite an accomplishment to come in and work hard enough to learn enough to be able to graduate as salutatorian. That is a major accomplishment in my opinion. What have been your activities that you've been involved in at McKinney High School?
Well, from the start, I knew learning a foreign language was really difficult for anyone. So I got involved in my French club in high school, and I'm the vice president. And new languages create new boundaries. So through that, I promote new culture experiences with watching French movies and attending shows in a different language, which is new to all of native English speakers.
Right.
And I'm also involved in UILs, math, science, and computer applications. I also qualified for the regionals for computer application this year and placed 4th, so I didn't go to state.
How exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
But
great.
nevertheless, it was close.
That's great. Well, so now are you fluent in 3 languages, or?
Yeah, I actually took my AP French language test yesterday, and I'm hoping to pass that with a 3, because it's really hard when you don't speak with native speakers of that language. English, I knew to speak with my friends, with my family, with my teachers. That's how I learned it quickly. Whereas French, I don't have native speakers to get along with.
Well, that's good. Shaharyar, what was your favorite subject in high school?
My favorite subject in high school would be Physics C. It's a really tough subject. I think that's why it's one of my favorites.
Okay.
It really challenges you. It shows you how college will be in future. It really does.
All right. Well, what do you plan to do when you go on to University of Texas, and what do you plan to major in, and what are your goals even after that?
I plan to major in biomedical engineering with economics, so I can invent instruments and for doctors and make them cheaper for public and foster new medical care that is inexpensive and affordable for everyone.
That's great. So you have a specific goal in mind, don't you,
Yes.
when you get out of school? That's amazing. Tell me what prompted you, because I know that you looked hard and long and really were careful in making a decision on which college you wanted to attend. What made you decide to go to the University of Texas? And you don't have to mention the other schools, just what made you decide to go to the University of Texas, okay?
Well, first of all, their engineering program is really good. They're 10 in the nation, I think. And although I didn't get into the engineering school, I got accepted into the undergrad studies, but I'll definitely transfer in after a year or 2 into their school.
Right.
And just their program's really good, and they have a lot of study abroad opportunities just for biomedical engineers in Oxford, so I'm looking forward into applying for that too.
That's great. What's been the most challenging aspect of high school, and how did you manage this challenge?
I think one of the biggest challenges for me was just to apply to colleges, because when I came here, I didn't have my green card, so colleges didn't really look at that. And that was a negative on my side when I applied to colleges. So applying to colleges
That made it more
was real
difficult
for me.
I'll bet it did. That's great. How do you manage your time, and how do you manage the stress of because, you know, even though you're bright, you still have to work hard. You have to put in the hours because you're taking all these these AP classes. How do you handle the stress?
I try not to procrastinate. I do my work whenever it's assigned, and whenever stress it's over me, I get over it and watch TV or play video games, sleep.
Great. Um, can you tell me about a particular mentor or inspirational figure in your life and why?
Yeah, I think my mentor would be Mr. Mooney, the MEF advisor at our school. And he'd be my mentor because he really helped me motivate applying to colleges and that process of.
So he's been very
Yeah,
helpful in that
yeah.
regard. That's great. Well, by the way, that is funded by the McKinney Education Foundation, that position, and I think it's one of the most valuable positions we have in our high schools.
Yeah, I don't think other high schools or other districts have that kind
No.
of thing, so it's really,
So it's really helpful,
it's really
isn't it?
helpful.
That's great. What advice would you give an 8th grader coming in to McKinney, into high school, going into McKinney High School? What advice would you give them?
I would say never fear anything and don't limit yourself. Challenge yourself to achieve the maximum, and if you don't, it's okay,
Okay, great.
because you know you at least tried.
Yeah, at least you made the effort,
Yeah.
and you put
Just
in the
excel
time.
in what you were doing.
Exactly. What would you say to those students that have moved here from another country and are trying to learn the language? What would you encourage them to do?
Well, again, never be afraid to make mistakes or speak the language with other people around you, because they might not know the native language that you speak. And read a lot of books. Just read a lot of books.
Great. Years from now, when you look back at your experience at McKinney High School, what will you remember most about your experience?
Well, I moved here as a sophomore in McKinney High School, so the most memorable thing that I would remember would be the teachers. They were very inspirational, very helpful, very friendly, and you can go to them at any time in the day, and they'll help you in anything, just not academics.
That's great. Well, Shaharyar, I really enjoyed getting to know you and visiting with you, and look forward to shaking your hand on graduation day. Okay?
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And let's make it a great week.